Almost everyone has a magical childhood memory that they can never forget. I had such a magical moment when I was about 5 years old. When I was 5 years old, there were beautiful horse figures, large galleon models, and eye-catching old toy cars in my father's room, which I thought were his toys. That day, my mother baked my favorite red berry pies. This scent drew me running from the room to the kitchen. My father had locked his room full of mysterious toys, and as he came towards the kitchen, he asked about the pie. My father hung the key on the wall and went to the kitchen to join my mother. The key began to glow mysteriously. While I was holding this mysterious key in my hand, my mother asked me to get some red fruit from the pantry. I said, "Okay, Mom." I ran immediately and went to my father's room with the key in my hand. I turned the key, heard a click, and the lock opened. This surreal room I was finally going to discover. Inside was a beach with colorful galleons, a carousel, a vintage car, and a unicorn by the blue sea. A giant sandcastle, flying birds, and even dinosaurs appeared. Was this real or a dream? I was looking at the magical view on a unicorn. We landed by a waterfall. Blue butterflies and giant mushrooms enchanted me in that moment. My mom told me to get red berries from the pantry, but the unicorn brought me to a lush forest, and from there, I picked red berries to put on the pie. When my mother called me to bring the red berries, the unicorn brought me back to the white door of my father's room. I opened the door and gently petted the unicorn's head before leaving that magical world. Mother was waiting, asking where I'd been and where the berries were, looking curious. I told my mother that I had difficulty finding red fruits in the pantry and that I was about to come into the kitchen and handed the red fruits in my hand to her. I still cannot forget the red berry pie my mother made that day. Back then, in his room where he kept his antique collection, which I had imagined was my father's toy room, I discovered a mysterious, surreal world. That experience allowed me to discover that world and to eat a delicious pie whose red berries I still can't believe I gathered from there. By the way, I am Maxwell, and I am very grateful to Runway ML and Epidemic Sound, which allowed me to tell you this magical story that I lived 30 years ago and still cannot forget. Without them, I couldn't have shared this story with you.